Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me here. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. What is up, JJ? Good to see you again. And yes, I will be announcing the winners of the Lemons Fly hoodies today. First editions coming to you guys, and good deal. Sounds like people can hear me here. Awesome sauce. Let me see here. I'm going to join the live stream on my own phone. There we go. We can hear me. Awesome. All right. So let's see here. Get to my list. We're going to wait a few more minutes before we get started on everything, because I have some exciting things to talk about here. Just a couple of subjects. We're going to keep this either an hour or a little bit under an hour tonight. But how is everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing good. And it's exciting to see things kind of moving along on this channel now. And the drive is insane. I love it. But anyways, let's see. Reaper Kid, what is up, man? Good to see you here. Super excited to dive into this. But let's go ahead and get into some stuff here. Oh, before we get started, actually, so today's subjects are going to be specifically about Scream 7. And of course, Radio Silence's newest film, the newest trailer drop for Abigail, which I'm wondering if you guys have seen that trailer yet. So, but JD says, good for some reason. It says your stream starts at 8:30. I know, I've been noticing that my times on here are a little flaky. It's weird. Because I scheduled it out ahead of time, and it said it was going to be up at 9:15, and then it said 9:30, and then all of a sudden it says 8:30, and I was like, really weird. But that is okay, because we're here now. So, but yeah, guys, this is some exciting stuff today. And I'm not expecting a whole lot of people on this live stream today, but of course, this is going to be saved and put onto the channel so everyone can kind of go back and rewatch this. And of course, be able to post on my next community page post about this particular live stream, which again, we're going to be talking Scream 7, Abigail, and we're also going to be talking about some certain specific actors that could be involved in Scream 7. But, I do believe that Radio Silence stepping down has kind of caused a ripple for Scream 7. And I believe that, if we were able to kind of go back in time and get them back on board, I think that would have been, the best idea, is to not replace the directors and bring on somebody new. But we're going to get further into that in a second. But we're going to wait here just another minute, see if anybody else pops into the live stream, which I'm sure people will. But if you guys have any questions, anything at all, let me know. We'll jump into it. We will jump right into it. But I think that honestly, just from what I've been reading recently, we have a lot of different other YouTubers who were talking about Scream 7 again, and it's interesting to kind of feel and see what they're all saying and what they're hearing out there in the world. Because in my opinion, it's like starting to put us in a place where it's like, what the hell is happening? What is going to happen? What's going to drive us into a place of like security and feeling like they're actually going to do something with this next installment, something that feels right, and not just throw out something just to throw something out there. But I do have like a little little pimple growing in there. That's not good. Where's the makeup artist? But Reaper Kid says, I can't wait to see your Scream fan film. It's the closest thing we'll get until Scream 7. Dude, I am excited about it. Now to kind of, start things off here, let's go ahead and talk about my Scream fan film. At the end of this video, guys, I'm going to be announcing the winners, okay? So I had to chop it down to only 3 winners this month. And I will be announcing that I'm going to be doing another giveaway next month as well. So just 3 winners. And that is mainly due to, my time that I have outside of YouTube right now and having to work a full-time job and all of that stuff. So, we're getting there though. YouTube is going to be the full-time gig after 2024. We are going to make it happen. So like these videos, share these videos. And I know you guys have already, but keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's going to help us so much drive a bigger audience and a bigger community and just fucking talk some horror and slasher. But again, I do have the Scream fan film that is in the works. It's in development. Well, technically the script stages, but the script is done. As of right now, I pulled out a draft 2 recently and it's good. It's really good. I am in the middle of talking to 2 possible lead actresses for the film. And it is an interesting concept that I think people are really going to enjoy. But the film itself, kind of give you a synopsis here, is about basically 2 girls at home. And they encounter a ghost face phone call. And from there, the story kind of leads into its own thing. And it's super, super interesting to kind of see what happens from a different perspective of Scream and that whole universe. So I think you all are really going to fucking love this shit. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about that whole concept, because I just spoke to a gentleman that I have been, meaning to work with for a long time now. Him himself has never thought about doing a fan film of any sorts, just because fan films, in both of our opinions, are a little overrated. But I don't want to contradict myself. I don't want to, put a certain level of perspective on it, because I believe that this fan film in particular is it's short, sweet, simple, but it also has a compelling story that I feel like is going to have a really cool turnaround for the Scream fan base, that's out there. So, but after speaking with him, he's on board. We officially signed on a director of photography for it. So we probably will be shooting with the Blackmagic cameras, but we are talking about possibly using the Red Scarlet. A little older red camera, but it still works really, really well and it looks amazing. So we are possibly going down that route. But I believe that Scream in general is just such a unique film. It's such a unique concept in general for what I've actually had planned out. And I could honestly make a feature film out of this if I wanted to, but I won't. Not unless a studio comes to me and says, hey, we want you to direct a Scream film. I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's go. But it's the darker side of Ghostface that we really haven't seen before. And I think it doesn't always matter who's behind the mask. All that matters is that you see that ghostly figure, and that's kind of the idea. That's the point. But I think you all can kind of leave your theories in there in the comments section on this live stream. Let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, that's kind of what I have right now for my fan film. And we're going to be discussing some different locations and fun things that we can do there. But we shall see. We shall see. But let's see here. JJ Content says, wait, what was that movie you were talking about, Abigail? Abigail, okay. Abigail is a brand new feature-length film. The teaser trailer, or the trailer, actually, the first trailer, just dropped the other day by Radio Silence, the guys who directed Scream 5 or Scream 2022 and Scream 6. And it looks interesting as hell. So real quick, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Leave your thoughts on if we should talk about Abigail first or Scream 7, because I'm up for anything there. I'm really up for anything. So you let me know. But JJ, yes, that is a new film by Radio Silence that the trailer just dropped the other day. So if you haven't seen it, man, go check it out. It's fucking weird. It's the monster movie that they've been working on, that they were talking about doing right after Scream 6, and it looks good. It looks decent. I do have my concerns and my thoughts about it, but again, let me know if you guys want to talk about that first or Scream 7, and we'll get started on that. But again, only 3 winners tonight, guys, for the Lemons Fly hoodies. And then we will announce some more winners next month if it comes to it. So let's see. T. Parker, what is up? What is up? Super happy and stoked that you came on board today. Thank you so much for the love and the support. Really appreciate you being on this live stream. But yeah, T, saw Nev's little interview about being open to return to the franchise under the right circumstances. Yes, I did see that. If you're asking, because I see the question mark there at the end. Did I see it? Yes, I did, actually. An interesting thing for me personally is that Nev Campbell, if she were to return in Scream 7, that would be awesome. But I don't think she's a necessity. I think her story has been told. And it's kind of coming to that point where it's like we can come up with something different, something new, something fresh that actually feels genuine to the world of Ghostface and Scream and all that. But once we hit that point in time when, you know, there's just no more story to tell with it, that's just it. You know, leave it where it is, don't touch it. You know, they tried to do the same thing, of course, with what was it? Oh gosh, The Shining. Dr. Sleep, I believe. Didn't like it. Wasn't a fan of that movie. And they should have just left it alone, because The Shining is one of my favorite movies, actually. And it's weird to see them kind of transition into that stage of like, oh, this is what, you know, it's about. This is what they have to do with it. And the concept was just very boring, and it literally made me fall asleep. You know, no pun intended, but there was a pun intended there. But still, it's like, what else can you do? You know, Scream is just such a good franchise to be able to, you know, push ourselves into a place of like no return, you know, push ourselves into a place where we can actually, you know, appreciate what's come before and just continue based off of that. So, but yeah, Nev Campbell returning possibly. So guys, it seems to me that we should talk about Scream 7 first, and then we will move into the next subject, which would be Abigail. But let's go ahead and talk Scream 7. So I'm going to go here real quick, actually. Let's bring this down, and there we go. Put this right there in the corner. All right, so my first subject today, you guys can't see really what's on my screen because I can't really do the dual screen thing just yet, but soon I'll be able to do that. But Beyond the Mask on YouTube has released a video 5 hours ago talking about Scream 7. Now, the title of this video is New Pitch Services Online, Casey Becker's Family Connection, Theories, and More. If you guys haven't seen that video from Beyond the Mask, go check it out, man. He is awesome. He puts out a lot of good content, very, you know, unique stuff. And I love that, you know, it really inspires me to keep talking about this, you know, because I love Scream. I love horrors. I love slashers. And you all know I'm going to be making my own slasher film here within the next couple of years, and developing that and that whole story and concept, which I think is very unique, and you guys are really going to fucking love it. But let's go ahead and break down what Beyond the Mask actually had to say. So starting out, actually, this was at the end of his video, but I wanted to start with the subject first because, it's kind of like getting, everything out of the way of what it is with Neff Campbell and now including Courtney Cox. But this was a Twitter post, actually. So Neff Campbell and Courtney Cox have reportedly turned down Spyglass's initiating their offers again, basically saying, hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars to come and join us again, but to return to Scream 7. Now, here are my thoughts on it. Beyond actually said and confirmed, and I did a little research myself beyond this as well, no pun intended, but real quick. Courtney Cox never said anything about not returning. Neither did Neff. So this means that people are reporting false news now, which in my opinion is insane how you could do that. Get people all hyped up for certain things and then get them hyped up over something that isn't even true. But from what I've heard, Neff Campbell and Courtney Cox are reportedly actually going to make a comeback in Scream 7. But their roles are going to be very short, sweet, and simple. They're going to be small, individual roles that don't really play in with the story in full, but they come in there to kind of help with certain tasks, to conclude certain things. And you don't want to pull like an Exorcist believer kind of thing, which we just got reports on that David Gordon Green will not be returning to direct the next one just because of how shitty it was. How bad the story was, that you literally gouged out a legacy character's eyes. Why would you fucking do that? Like, why would you fucking do that? David Gordon Green did a fantastic job with Halloween, but now that it's coming into this perspective of like, you don't want to give Scream to the wrong hands. You want to give it to the people who are actually going to utilize it and appreciate for what it is and continue the story in a different way. Now, here's my theory. My top build cast right here, okay? Courtney Cox, Neff Campbell, of course, coming back into it, but playing a very small role in it, alongside with Chad and Mindy. Now, Chad and Mindy, them as the main characters is perfect because then you can continue the story from before and conclude that whole entire chapter. We didn't really get a conclusion in full with them. Did Chad eventually heal from his wounds? Does he have a little limp now? Is Mindy, turning into this psychopath? Maybe she could be the killer. Bad theory, but it is possible. And in my understanding, right, we could possibly get a Scream movie that has those characters involved, but it doesn't dig too deep into it. We can bring it full circle by literally concluding it with Chad and Mindy, Kirby as well, and bringing those three in as kind of like, the main three characters in the film is what's going to bring it full circle. Now, that is just the first part of all of this. Now, Beyond had a lot of things to say about the possible plot leak for Scream 7. So I'm going to tell you this live right now, what the possible connection is from Scream 1996 to Scream 2022. Now, there was a pitch to Spyglass basically saying, hey, let's go back to 1996, right? We will go back and see exactly what happened with Casey Becker. Now, Casey Becker's family, with her, sister or something like that, getting involved with the investigation of what happened. And then Steve's brother being the killer in it, coming back for revenge or some shit. Can I be 100% honest with you? I don't like it. I don't like that idea. I think leave that shit in the past. There was nothing in the past movie that even showed that, remotely even came close to that. I'm sure there's someone in the writer's room who can come up with something. But no. Just leave it the fuck alone. Leave it alone. What we need to do here is stay in the present day. continue the story in a modern day setting. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to bring us to a perspective of, hey, this is how we can continuously mark mark everything that has happened and what is going to happen in the future. Now, what I really would like to see personally, and you guys can leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section here in the chat room. I'm sure you have a lot to say on it, but here's my quick opinion. We'll get back to answering your guys' comments and stuff. But my opinion is this: we are going to see a Scream movie, and we need to see a Scream movie that continues the core 4 story with Chad and Mindy, and again Kirby, but the killer in the film needs to be no other than Sam and Tara's mother. Now, we need to have a plot twist in there. I believe the long lost sibling of Sam is a really cool idea, that he should be kind of like framed for everything, more like blackmailed into maybe helping his mother. So like kind of doing that whole concept again, you know, of like these two being in the same family as Sam come back to get their revenge on all of the chaos that Sam has caused ever since she released the theory, or not theory, the secret that her mother kept behind her husband's back, right? Behind Sam's father's back. That would be an interesting motive, an interesting story. And the entire time, it's kind of like Scream 3. Like, again, I mentioned this in my last live stream, that Sam needs to have a long lost sibling, and that the conclusion of it, right, needs to be within the family group, you know. And I think that it reminds us a lot of Scream 3, and how someone kind of comes back from your past who is related to you to finish you off completely. Now, that is a good story to go off of, I think, since you've kind of already copycatted the last 2 films from the original Scream movies. You know, I saw a post actually earlier about Scream 6, and in the trailer it says, "I'm something different," you know, and we didn't really see a different Ghostface. The motive sucked. What makes it different, you know, and unique Ghostface is the motive, right, behind why they're fucking doing this in the first place. But if you bring in, you know, those kinds of traits that we've already seen before, it just doesn't work. So instead of copying Scream 3 in full, what we can do is bring in the father as well. But he gets killed off in the end, right? And in this movie, they get away with it. Mindy dies. Gail dies. Sydney lives on, of course. She can't die. She's the final girl. You can't fucking kill Sidney Prescott. You just can't fucking do it. And Kirby survives as well, but she doesn't get injured or anything this time around, you know. But they do put up a crazy fight in the end. Now, if this were to happen, we'd still have a group of teenagers, you know, going to Woodsboro or going to a different high school nearby, wherever the events, you know, are occurring. But what we need to have is just a unique group of people who you can suspect the entire time, like, oh, that person's the killer, that person could possibly be the killer, oh, they're you know, a part of the same friend group as so and so, and they could possibly be the killer. No, none of them are the killer. The entire movie, you think that one of them are, but it's actually Sam's mom and her long lost sibling, who her mother has kept from all of them, and has blackmailed the father as well into not telling anyone about him. And that is because they felt like it needed to be secretive, taken away from Sam and Tara. And that perspective is honestly very fucked up. It's a very fucked up situation. And, you know, the whole tagline behind that could be, can you trust your family? Kind of like a little wink in the poster, like, you know, oh shit, like maybe they could possibly be the killer. So let me know what you guys think about that theory, because I really do think that's a strong theory, instead of the whole Casey Becker thing, 1996 bullshit. Don't go back. That's like them, going to investigate how Pennywise came to Earth, which they're fucking doing now for some reason. I don't know why. We all know how Pennywise pretty much got to Earth. If you've ever read the book or you've ever, seen the most recent film that came out, Chapter 2, it explains how Pennywise came to be. It explains exactly what happened throughout that first time period. We don't really need to go back to Derry like less than 40 years ago and see all that. We don't need to see it. But Scream needs that unique approach. So let me know what you guys think about that and leave your thoughts. I think there's a lot of things we can speculate. So let's jump right back into the comment section here, guys. JJ, I'm assuming you're talking about my short film, my Scream fan film that I'm planning on doing. I'm thinking it's going to possibly be around, and JJ had to say, how long is it going to be? Man, I think it's honestly going to be around maybe 8 to 10 minutes long. Nothing, again, too big, too fancy. There's only a little bit of story to tell here, and I think it's enough, for everyone to kind of understand what's going on. And so not an extreme amount of dialogue, but there was a really interesting phone call between Ghostface and our lead actress in the film. So there's a lot of dialogue there that kind of explains what's happening and why it's happening, that this isn't the first time that things are happening this way. You know what I mean? So speculate, come up with different theories about it. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking and kind of grin a little bit if you're right or wrong, because I won't tell you if you're right or wrong, of course. But let's go ahead and read Reaper Kid. T, I'm going to come back to your comment here in a second, but we'll finish up with the whole Scream thing real quick. But Reaper Kid says, I feel like the reboot is going to be a recreation of the original first film, which is exactly what a reboot is. Recreation of an original storyline and plot that was already established in the beginning. 100%. I agree. That is exactly what a reboot is. So when people say reboot, I'm like, no. Like, why would you do a freaking reboot? I don't want to go back to the original first Scream. Do not remake it. Do not touch it. Don't touch it. That's all I ask them to do. Don't touch it because it's perfect. And if they try that, I'm just not going to watch it. If you want me to be 100% honest with you, I'm just not going to watch it. I think eventually it'll come around to the point where I'm like, okay, I have to watch it, because it's fucking Scream. But I won't like it. I just won't, because the opportunity for Scream to be its own unique thing, every movie has a different approach. And I appreciate Radio Silence's approach on Scream 6, but it just didn't do it for me. It just had so much, level of just unsatisfied kills, killers that just didn't make any freaking sense, killers that said they were different but did nothing different at all except for calling Gail. That's the only thing they did that was different than all the other ones. They actually got a hold of Gail and had a conversation. So to me, it's like, why the fuck would we do that, right? But yeah, no, I think that's definitely a strong thing that you have to say there, Reaper, is that, the reboot stage of these films need to be over. They need to be done. There are no reboots, right? That's like saying a cat actually has 9 lives, even though reality is they most likely don't. That everything comes to an end. And so I think Scream 6's tagline needs to be somewhere around, you can't trust your family and everything comes to an end, because it does. Everything does come to an end. And I think that that's what they're going to have to do with Scream 7. But let's go ahead and move to Chris Sims. What is going on? I hope you're still on here. I saw we went from 4 people to 3 people, so we'll see what happens. But what about Chad? Does he live? Yes. Yes, he does. I'd say in Scream 7, he should live 100%. I love Chad. I think he's a very lovable character. You just can't get rid of him like that. You can't do Chad like that, just like they, did Dewey in Scream 5. It wasn't good enough to be like, hey, yeah, like this is exactly what needs to happen, because Scream 7 is going to be something unique and different. It needs to be. But we'll see. We'll see. There's only so much we can speculate right now. There's only so much I can say personally. But again, if you guys agree with me on that theory, let me know. because it's to the point where I'm like, what else can we do? Why is Radio Silence not, returning the call for Scream 7, And I think after Abigail, they're gonna be like, I miss it, They might say I miss it, Um, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Reaper, I think you're laughing at the fact that I was talking about whatchamacallit, Chad. And yes, Chris, Team Chad, brother. Team Chad. Let's go. I said Team Chad. Yeah, Team Chad, guys. For Scream 7, T. Parker says, for Scream 7, I want two different killers working against each other and trying to compete on killing Sydney as a social media challenge, which can make the mystery more interesting and unique. Dude, I freaking love that. That is unique and different, man. That is scary, actually. I'm serious, because it kind of shows like what someone will do to just get famous on social media, but yet do something that they think is fun, That's psychotic right there. Dude, votes for you to direct Scream 7. That is a good plot synopsis right there. That is that outline. I would say outline. That is awesome. I love that idea. But that would be interesting. Social media challenge Ghostface. The fuck, man. That is awesome. So, but I think, for like my short film, for example, I will say this straight up because it doesn't really spoil much, but there are a lot of things social media wise that are being used in it in a different, more creative way. Now, I never thought about a media challenge. That's a pretty fucking good idea. Shit, you might have just helped spark some ideas for the future. For sure. But that is awesome, man. That is a good unique answer right there. But JJ Conda says, I feel like Sydney is the final girl and she should survive, but not have a big role because she has had all the big roles and it should end her character in 7. I believe her character ended in 5. Obviously, because she wasn't in Scream 6, but it ended in 6 as well because she was mentioned and she said he needs her happy ending. That's her ending. The end, right? But Nev looks like she really wants to return. She looks like she wants to be a part of this again. And if she, does come around and says, hey, I want to be a part of it, great. By all means, come in, Nev. Let's go. Let's get back into Scream. But no, I 100% agree, man. 100% agree. It's like I was saying before, like Sydney should survive the entire film. And then, hopefully have a semi decent role in it and then just exit, done, goodbye Sydney, pretty much. But JJ, you also said if they end the franchise on 7, gotcha, which they will. There's nothing else to tell from there unless you just reboot the entire thing in general. Instead of doing Sydney Prescott, you could do a totally different character. That would be something interesting to see. I see we just had 2 more people join. Let yourselves be known. Whoever you are, put yourself there in the chat. We are hitting 33 minutes. But let's go ahead and answer a few more questions about Scream 7 if you guys have anything else. But I pretty much reported everything I need to kind of, talk about there. And again, just to reiterate what we talked about for the new viewers here, we talked about the new pitch for that service on the internet, that Casey Becker's family, there's like a connection. We're going to go back to 1996 and retell that story in a way, which again, I was telling everyone else that it's a shitty fucking idea. We shouldn't do that. But this will be on replay. So you guys can go back and kind of rewatch that if you haven't seen the full thing, but theories and more on this, guys, from Beyond the Mask. So go check his channel out, go subscribe to his channel. And so be it, But guys, I do have to say, if they do go back and they decide to do all of that, so be it. But Scream in general is just one of those things where I'm just like, why? Why does this have to be a thing? Why does this have to keep happening over and over again on repeat? Again, do something different, do something unique with Scream 7. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. But again, another person joined. Great, awesome. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, guys. Go ahead and on the replay. Go ahead on the replay. Replay this live stream and rewatch some stuff and see what your thoughts are on the theory, because I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Well, let's go ahead and get back in the comments, guys. Reaper, I honestly don't care how they go about it. I just want another film with Sidney Prescott back. Dude, I agree. You know, who doesn't love Sidney? Sidney is awesome. We all love Sidney. But, you know, it is what it is. If we really can't get her back in this, then we just need to follow through with a different storyline, you know, something that can still, you know, trace the potential of what Scream truly is. But definitely would love Sidney back. I think we all would love Sidney Prescott back. She is the GOAT. She is the GOAT. But T. Parker Evans, as for the cold opening, 2 different Ghostface attacks happening simultaneously. One at Sidney's place with her family, and one at Martha Meek's with the twins, and either Mark or Mindy dies. I like the idea of Mark or Mindy dying. I do. I'm going to need glasses soon, guys, because I can barely see anything. But guys, I 100% agree with that, man. I 100% agree with that. You know, let's go back here again. I loved, again, your comment on, you know, them doing a social media challenge to, you know, kill Sidney Prescott. That is a really cool concept, dude. Seriously. And then, you know, you kind of build that off of, you know, Sidney being attacked by Ghostface in multiple different places, and then attacks are happening simultaneously. One at Sidney's place with her family, and one Martha Meeks with the twins involved. That is fucking great, man. That is fucking awesome. If we were able to kind of do that whole perspective of like social media being involved in the attacks, you know, what if it's an encrypted website that, you know, kind of like how Jill Roberts was doing that, you know, with Charlie, and they were recording all the murders, but they hadn't posted anything yet to cyberspace. They hadn't posted anything yet. What if this time the killer is posting the murders? So that's how the police find out, is that the first attack, you know, is on some high school student, right? Some random person, right? That could even be related to Casey Becker from the past, if you wanted to do that. And they're recreating the first Scream movie. So everyone who's involved, like, instead of it being Sidney Prescott, it's Sidney Johnson. That's just an example. But like, every new high schooler has the same first name as the people from the past. I think that'd be fucking awesome, because then at that point, they're just fucking going around killing everyone. Killing every single one of them. And dude, that would be fucking awesome. So every single one of them is dying from the social media challenge. They're killing people and posting it on TikTok or something, right? And it's encrypted. They can't take it down. Like they try to take it down, but it's like the website's hacked and everything, and they just can't take it down. It's like stuck on there. So everyone's able to watch every single murder happen. A few of the murders can happen on a live stream, or at least one of them can. The other ones can be like, you know, videos that are posted onto the page. And then, of course, the one that's going to be pinned is like the murder of Mark. And that's what brings Sidney back. You know, she sees that Mark is tied up. He's on live stream. Ghostface like kind of waves at her, you know, is like, hey, come and get me, you know, and that can lead into it. You know, that can really lead into it. Interesting concept, dude. Seriously, interesting fucking concept. I would love to see that. Seriously, I would fucking love to see that. But let's go ahead and get back into this Reaper Kid. Yep, seriously, that's an interesting story. Kind of laughable, but I love it. It is laughable, though. It is, but it's like a fun laughable. Like, that's what Scream is. Except for the first one. The first one was meta but serious at the same time. And they kept a good balance of it in that first movie. There was no turnaround on it. It was, just bam, bam, bam. Scream 6 was just jokes, in my opinion. The only serious part about Scream 6 that I thought was fucking awesome was when Ghostface kills Jason in the apartment after he finds his best friend, who was also the other killer, inside the refrigerator, dead, cut up into pieces. That was like a really good serious moment that I was just like, oh shit, this Ghostface is going to be different, right? Because that's what we all fucking thought from the fucking trailer. But no, ended up being a fucking typical police officer and his two stupid ass fucking kids who just didn't make any fucking sense, especially strength wise. Ethan is still a weak little bitch. He's not that strong. So why make him a killer? Especially in the scene in the apartment, because I believe that Ethan was the one to attack everyone and also kill Annika, Mindy's girlfriend in that movie. But I do believe that he was the one to kill her. But, you're just watching this guy, go around the entire room and, holding her up by the neck and everything and all that, which she's tiny. He could probably do that. But I don't feel like there's enough anger built up inside of him, though. I feel like in the father there is, but not in him. But he still wasn't the one there. He was probably too busy laying low, trying to get ready to get, in the moment of like his daughter's supposed death and to fake it. So, I feel like if we went the different route for Scream 6 and we knew who the killer was the entire movie, would have made so much more sense. Would have made a better Scream movie for sure. So I will say this, guys, the winners of the Lemons Fly hoodies, all of you guys are in this chat room right now. You probably know who you are. But before we talk about Abigail, I just want to go ahead and say thank you guys so much for the love and support on this channel. It means so much to me. Thank you for not unsubscribing for my absence this past week because I've been super, super, super busy. But thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for joining every live stream. Thank you. Let's go ahead and just announce these winners, guys, because I'm excited to announce these winners. The first one being JJ. Thank you, JJ, JJ Content, for your support, man. You are the #1 winner of the Lemons Fly special edition hoodie. So thank you. If you have Instagram, great. You can DM me as well. I would be happy to do that. If not, I will actually get a hold of you as well through YouTube, and we can discuss exchanging the emails and everything like that. So the next one being Reaper Kid. Reaper, thank you so much for subscribing and joining Lemon Nation. You have won a Lemons Fly hoodie special edition, and of course that is an awesome thing for you, man, because again, special edition hoodies are very rare here, and it's going to be really, really cool to see you guys kind of get all that merchandise and everything. So, but congratulations to you two for winning. I'm super excited to announce this last one here. But T, you are also the winner of a Lemons Fly hoodie, man. Thank you. I am super excited to be able to give you this and let you guys have some merchandise. Hopefully you guys can post some stuff here in the future, which is oh my God, it is my wife. She's in the comment section. She's probably laughing right freaking now. But thanks, babe. Should I leave a heart? There we go. I'm gonna shoot hearts. Guys, shoot some hearts for my wife. Shoot some hearts for my wife right there. Give her some support. Push some party hats or party things and everything. 100s. There they are. Yeah. It's probably my wife clicking all of them. But yep, congratulations, guys. I'm super excited to be handing this out to you. So we will get a hold of each other. I will be posting in the community page and tagging all three of you in it. So congratulations on all of that, guys. I'm super excited to give you guys those hoodies. So it's gonna be awesome. But all right, JJ Content. Okay, great, because I don't have Instagram, so yeah, I could use YouTube to exchange the emails. Perfect. Sounds great. And don't worry, we'll get a hold of each other. I will be posting on the community page. So guys, right after the live stream, I will be posting on the community page. Do not drop your email in the comment section, okay? But comment here or present, or comment the lemon with the wings, and I will click on your profile and I will be able to get a hold of you through there. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and T. Okay, cool. You do have Instagram. Go ahead and follow me at Real Cinema Lemons. Okay. And DM me directly, and we can exchange emails there and kind of get everything situated. So no problem there. But guys, there will be another 3 winners pretty soon here, and I will announce those next month for you guys. So the website I'll be getting these hoodies from are coming in clutch. They are able to ship these hoodies out directly to you, and they are again exclusive things that I think you guys are really going to enjoy about these hoodies that you guys haven't seen just yet, especially for the back of them. So I think you guys are really going to like them. But yeah, JJ's, what do the hoodies look like? You're gonna be surprised, man. I want to surprise you. I did post a few examples of what the hoodies actually look like on some of my past videos. I will go ahead in the community page as well after this and post what they actually look like. And then we only have 3 colors right now, so maroon with some black flakes in it and everything. It looks really, really badass. We have black and white as well. So you guys let me know what colors you want and I will send those out. But awesome deal. Awesome deal. But yeah, Real Cinema Lemons on Instagram. Look me up. It's the same picture. I'm like, holding that lemon in my mouth. You'll find it. But we are at 46 minutes, guys. We only have literally 15 minutes left in this live stream. So I want to go ahead and discuss Abigail. A little bit of what, I thought about the trailer and what we could expect from this next installment or this next film. I'm sorry, this next movie from Radio Silence. Now, Radio Silence, of course, being the directors of Scream 5 and Scream 6, I, watched this trailer for the first time and just noticed that Melissa Barrera was actually involved in it. And I was like, well, damn, of course, they're going to, have Melissa Barrera involved because she was the star of Scream 5 and 6. And why wouldn't you fucking put her in there? But in my overall opinion on this, it was interesting. I love the idea of a vampire. I think that's, been overdone, not going to lie, but we will see it. Of course, vampires have been used in a lot more comedies and romantic films, but I did see this as an opportunity to make a monster movie just about a killer little girl vampire, which is pretty freaking cool. I don't like the idea that it's a ballerina. I think the whole ballerina concept has been done too many times in horror movies, and it just isn't creepy anymore. So what they could do is, what they could have done is, make it a little girl vampire who they're trying to, hold hostage and everything like that, basically for ransom. And of course, there's a reason behind it, right? But, what's the point of the ballerina? I'm sure we're going to find out, the whole point of, the whole ballerina thing. But I don't know. I just don't know how that's going to work out, Radio Silence doing Ready or Not. That was such a unique concept, a unique film that I just fucking loved. Ready or Not was one of those movies that I saw and I was just like, damn, these guys need to make another horror movie. And of course, they get hired for Scream, right? But the overall concept of it seems pretty legit, pretty interesting. And I'm excited to kind of see where this leads into and what happens within the universe of what they're trying to create here. Because, monster movies in general are very unique, concepts. And I wish people would come up with more original stuff like this. Because every film that I write is original. Sure, I wrote a Scream fan film, but it's an original idea within the universe. Now, this isn't again including Sydney or anything like that. We were not connected to that at all. So it's like, what can you do outside of that to create something unique, different, fresh, and exciting that people are going to want to watch? And that's creating a cool tagline, a cool a title, a script that actually leads off in a direction that makes sense. Hopefully Abigail can actually do that for us. And so leading into the trailer, of course, we start out with a little girl. She gets kidnapped, brought back to the mansion. and they basically go through this entire game almost for ransom. And throughout the movie and throughout the trailer, for what it looks like, is that we're going to get a movie that is literally in one location the entire time. We could get some backstory, but in the trailer, they said like they're not allowed to know each other's names. They're not allowed to release any information about themselves. So it's like Ready or Not, kind of, but vampire style. That's kind of how it feels. So let's just hope they do something unique here that doesn't feel like it's, you know, the whole ballerina thing and stuff like that is too distracting from the overall plot. But that's really what I think about this movie, guys. And the trailer ended in a way with like some really cool music, and the beats were hitting consistently with, you know, every single shot that, you know, it would cut into to create that really cool, you know, catchy beat that you would hear in a really good song. I love that about trailers. Jordan Peele did that with Us, which was fucking great. I'm actually going to be doing that for my film Hello There, which I have such a really cool concept in mind, and want to get something, you know, drafted for it. So that way I can kind of hear how it's going to sound and feel. So, but yeah, I mean, anyways, that's kind of how I think about this movie. That's what we know so far about this movie, that, you know, the cast itself are, you know, amazing. Let's go ahead and read off the cast list here, actually. I'm going to go to IMDb real quick, and we're going to type in Abigail 2024. It is so creepy, man. I'm telling you, it is creepy. But I'm going to go back up here to my comment section real quick, because I think T said something. Was it T? Yes. Abigail looks like a Ready or Not meets Megan, and I can't wait to see it. Dude, kind of, but it's almost like, you know, Ready or Not met. I guess I can say Us in a way. I guess it's kind of the first thing that pops into my mind at this very moment. I'm sure I'll probably come up with something later, but it's like the only thing that pops into my head right now. It's like the whole ballerina thing, just they've done it so many times. I'm just like, can you stop doing that? It's not creepy anymore. It's just not. And maybe some of you would disagree with me. Some of you may agree with me, but, you know, again, this is the Lemon Nation, y'all. Lemons fucking fly, you know, anything can happen. So, but yeah, dude, I do think that, you know, it could be kind of like that Megan 3 meets Us slash, you know, Ready or Not. And that's kind of what it is, you know, which, you know, Matt and Tyler, the directors, they're great directors, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to originality, you see Guy Busick and Stephen Shields actually wrote this film. I'm sure Matt and Tyler had their, you know, opinions in it. Of course, they're the freaking directors. But again, you know, it just seems like that everything that Guy kind of writes, you know, for him is just like, meh, you know. Scream 2022 did a great job with that. I loved the outcome of it. I think it was the best out of, you know, the TV series. It was the best out of the, you know, Scream 6 and Scream 5. It's just the best one, you know, in this decade. But if I had to really pinpoint it, you know, Scream 1 and Scream 3 are the GOATs. You know, those are the best Scream movies. Scream 2 is unique as well. They did the whole Jason Voorhees thing where his, you know, his mother was revealed in the killer in the first one, and then, you know, Jason's the killer in the next one. And it's like, you know, they kind of kept going with that, which is interesting. You know, I love that concept of like family kind of, you know, protecting family by becoming what, you know, their counterpart was, you know, by, you know, it's interesting to see them lead into that direction. And hopefully this movie Abigail can live up to the expectations, because if they just overdo the whole ballerina fucking thing, I swear to God, I'm getting tired. I swear to God, I'm gonna flip shit. I am going to flip shit for sure. But no, I do believe that it can be something different. But just looking at it, you know, I'm just like, they went inside a place, just to shoot it, and I'm rewatching this trailer in a way, and I'm just like, it looks all right. But it looks like it takes place in a different time period. So like, who knows what's going to happen with it? Who knows what's going to happen with this movie? But the overall plot synopsis of it is: after a group of criminals kidnapped the ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, they retreat to they retreat to an isolated mansion, unaware of themselves locked inside a normal little girl. Excuse me, tripping up here. But that's interesting, isolated mansion, unaware that they're locked inside with no normal little girl, someone who is obviously giving off a mystery, behind themselves, and they're trying to figure that out. Now, if we go here, again, Stephen Shields, one of the writers of the film, heard a lot about this guy, actually. He actually helped write quite a few different, not really horror films, but they're more just like TV personality type of, shows and stuff. But Hunted, The Hole in the Ground, which I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that movie yet. I want to watch it. I need to watch it. I've read a lot of different fucking things about it that I think sounds pretty fucking hilarious. But, and then let's see, Tactical Tips, News Bags, Republic of Telly, Zombie Bashers, all these old things, back from like 2010 through 2013, which is hilarious. But anyways, guys, there we go. We are widescreen again. Anyways, so I hope you all can kind of get something from that, and think about what this next movie, what it might be about. But Scream, and that whole thing is something that I really do feel like needs to take its time. We don't need a movie right now. We really don't. And Abigail is like that next best thing, I think, that can really serve us well within the horror genre. So we shall see, Lemon Nation. We shall see. But I'm excited to see what happens. With Radio Silence and what they do next. But guys, we are running out of time today. Let's see here. So again, T Parker, JJ, and Reaper, you guys are the winners of the Lemons Fly hoodies. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Everyone else, you have a chance still to win the Lemons Fly hoodies. If you want a chance to win on my next video, leave the lemon emoji alongside the wings, and I want you to put what you want to see in the next Scream film in that comment. So it has to have those two emojis plus a theory, or at least a thought about Scream 7 and what that next installment could hold for us. But let's read a couple more comments here, guys. So Reaper Kid, yep, this is my name on here. Cool deal, man. Cool deal. Well, hey, just comment on the community post here. It's going to be up in the next like 10-15 minutes after we get off this. Of course, JJ, is this the first time you did the hoodies? Yes, it is. It is the first time. And I'm growing, I'm growing it. I want to show you all some love and support, and appreciation. And I do believe that these hoodies are a lot of fun, and I think you guys are really going to like the first editions. There will never be any more made like this ever again, limited to like 10 of them. So I will definitely let you guys know when more stuff starts to release, when a store actually releases. The store was going to be released today, but we held some stuff back a little bit, but I'm still doing the giveaways, so I can give you guys some stuff there. But anyways, T. Parker says, Abigail looks like a spiritual successor to Ready or Not, especially the cinematography. Agreed. Actually, dude, the first thing I noticed in that trailer was the cinematography. The cinematography was just one of those things where I was just like, this looks like Ready or Not. They get that orange, dark, blackish tint to it that I just was like, cancel. But, it's a trailer. there's so much stuff you don't always show in a trailer, and it doesn't give too much away, but I think it's going to work out for the better. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, I do talk in my next video a little bit more about what the next installment, of course, of Scream, but also the upcoming my top three horror films of 2024. And we're going to dive deep into these three movies. And, I'm going to give you my thoughts and theories about these movies and what could happen, even for the future installments that they could be in development of right now. We don't even know about it. But I'm going to keep them a secret until my next video, because I think you guys are going to really love these next videos, because they're going to talk a little bit more about what it is like to make a slasher film. And I think slasher films are just so in right now, man. Slasher films are going to be the best fucking thing. Bringing back the old Hitchcock ways, bringing back the Wes Craven ways. And it's really cool to see directors like, Radio Silence and Landon, coming in and making slasher films like that, which we've had a few directors who made slasher films this past year, like, It's a Wonderful Knife, which was the shittiest slasher film I had seen in a long fucking time. And of course, I think, what was that other one? I think I did a movie review, Totally Killer. That was another one, Totally Killer. It was an interesting concept. It was an interesting movie. The whole time travel thing, no, I didn't like it. Very cheesy and just. But I have a lot of different opinions on that movie for sure. If you guys haven't seen it already, go check out the movie review. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen the movie yet, but the first part of the video is spoiler free. So go check it out, guys. Go check it out. But guys, we have officially hit an hour on this live stream. I want to say thank you guys so much. JJ, I'm going to go see the trailer. Good, man. Go watch it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And dude, just comment on the community post. I'm going to be sending out community posts tomorrow. I got work at like freaking 7 in the morning. So I got to be up at like 5 a.m., drive another 45 minutes, and then get to work for 8 hours, then come back another 45 minutes, and come back so I can make some content here at the Lemon Nation, man. You guys are what's keeping me going here. I really appreciate everything and all the support and the love, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching this super sexy lemon video. T Parker, thank you so much, man. Awesome stream, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it. They're gonna get better. They're gonna get so much better, especially this lighting in here in this background. I need a new background. What do you guys think about a background? Again, comment in the community post later. Let me know what I should possibly do for some backgrounds here, because this shit just can't be it, man. It just can't. We need some stuff. But yes. Love you guys so much. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining the Lemon Nation and joining the Super Sexy Lemon stream. Again, Reaper, T Parker, and JJ, I will be sending you guys those hoodies, but you guys need to comment on that community page to confirm, and then we'll go from there. But thank you guys so much. Love you all, my Super Sexy Lemon Nation. And of course, guys, never forget that lemons fucking fly. Peace out, Lemon Nation.